Alrighty guys, hello. We are back with some Overlord. You may be thinking why I'm going so hard on the Overlord playthrough, and the answer is pretty simple. I really love Overlord. Like, to me it's just a very, very awesome game series to play. It's nothing to do with the fact that, like, I'm just trying to rush to get it. No, I'm actually taking my time. That's why these live streams are pretty long. What are you doing, Delilah? Are you about to lay down on top of that wire? Yes, you are. I guess my dog is going to safeguard the wires. She's going to protect them. She's going to make sure that absolutely nothing bad happens to them. I'm just waiting for the game to load. And seems like the game's loaded. Perfect. We're loading up our stream. So yeah, our tower is really evil and really, really dark, which is really nice. I like that detail. Again, this wouldn't be happening if our corruption wasn't so high. And our corruption is super high. We had the adamantium armor, the adamantium helmet. We gotta upgrade those, of course. But our corruption is 65%. So I was looking it over. So the last corruption I really have is to actually kill 500 peasants. 500. That's a lot. We've already done over 100, so I don't think it'll be that bad. We're gonna have 36 minions. I know, it's kind of an army. Just thinking, Overlord Dark Legends, I think 25 is like the highest, or 30. So it's pretty crazy when you compare it. And Overlord Dark Legends is a prequel. I'm doing pretty good, Jake Boo. I've been having a bit of a nostalgia trip.
I won't be oppressed.
Treasure for you, only for the master.
Right, that's it.
I'm not killing these people for the life force. I'm really just killing them for the corruption, because we're trying to get 500 of these people dead. That doesn't really sound so bad. Yep. When it comes to your minions, they pick up weapons and armor that usually comes from their enemies. And since we've been fighting the dwarves, our minions have been getting stronger. That's what I mean by, like, the minions may be really bad with no weapons and armor, but they're still tougher than a normal human, and they're still tougher, well, stronger than a human. So it makes it even crazier is that if they're fighting something that's really tough to fight, then they're going to be tougher, because they're going to, if they win, they're going to start armoring themselves up and weaponing themselves up with gear that you have. That's why when I was doing my Overlord, Would Overlord Survive Warhammer fantasy video today, I was looking over and I was like, dude, there's so many factors to consider. I am, like, really having a hard time. Because, like, every Overlord has their own different dark domain. And those dark domains do change the way it would probably work out. Like, this Overlord has just a massive tower in the middle of the fucking mountains. That's a big, that's a very open tower to be attacked. But the other Overlord has a castle. Again, very open target to be attacked. So then you got Overlord 2, whose tower is literally in the netherworld, that's like upside down. So it's like underneath the ground. And I was like, okay, so that's the best dark tower. Like, even if you're in there, the only way you can get around the tower is through these floating rocks that you have to basically ride on. And those floating rocks only answer to the Overlord and his minions. So it's like, okay, it's very hard to get through, it's very hard to infiltrate. That would be the best tower.
I don't want to fight no more.
But the issue is that in Overlord 2, you fight like Roman army, like a Roman nation. Literally, they call themselves the Glorious Empire. And you destroy them, but the way you destroy them is not the way that you would think. Like, you're not destroying them in great, glorious battles. You're destroying them by, like, surgically attacking very specific areas, causing confusion and mayhem. That's not something that Warhammer would be really effective. Whereas this Overlord's very frontal. He tends to attack just directly attrition warfare. So I think this Overlord's the best out of all three. But then when it comes to Dark Towers, the best Dark Tower would be Overlord 2. So if this Overlord had the Dark Tower in Overlord 2, I think things would be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because here you have minions who are stronger and tougher than a normal human. And then you have their weapons and stuff, the way that they utilize them. They even have cavalry. That's something I forgot to mention. Overlord 2, they have cavalry. And when you use the cavalry in Overlord 2, they are devastating. Like, your red minions can jump on top of these giant dragon-like salamanders, and they roll, kind of like armadillos. They start rolling, except when they roll with the red minion on top, these massive fireballs, not the tiny ones that the red minions, no, it's a big one, comes lobbing out of them, and they like keep shooting it on the sides. They never shoot it in front, they always shoot it on the sides. And just one shot of that could pretty much kill a legionnaire, so it's like, holy shit, you know? So I was thinking about that too. I was like, what Warhammer fantasy faction could really deal with that? Like, the more I think about it, the more and more I'm like, Overlord is really good at killing the Wood Elves. Like, the Wood Elves would not stand a chance. They have really good archers and shit, but against massive, like, hundreds of thousands of browns, and then you got reds burning the trees and shit, like, oh my god. And then you got the spiders. Because that was the thing too, is that the green minions get spider riders, and they can literally climb up walls and shit. So now it's like, okay, the Wood Elves hiding in the trees all of a sudden doesn't matter because we got literally like spiders.
There are still zombies out there.
And one of the things I was thinking of was like, what artifacts would the Overlord be stealing?
I hear that.
And honestly, I could think of the Overlord stealing the Grail, the like Grail chalice and shit from like the Lady of the Lake and shit. Like, if the Overlord was to fight Bretonnia, all he'd have to do is start stealing their chalices and steal their, like, sacred chalice of the lady. And the Bretonnian Knights would be fucked. They'd be like, shit, we don't have the capabilities of making Grail Knights anymore. Because again, it seems like Gnarl, who's the advisor of all the overlords, he seems very well worldly knowledge. So if he was worldly knowledge of Warhammer Fantasy, then he would know how the Empire Knights work, how the Bretonnia Knights work. He would know it. And because of that, they would use it to their advantage. It's like, hey, these Empire Knights, they're only good because of their equipment, my lord. How about we steal their equipment? And then that's where you would see is like a dark tower would like summon near a city or near a chapter house, and then they would just basically break in, steal all the ancient relics, and then just run away. Now those knights are fucking useless. And then it's like, huh, my lord, those Grail Knights, they're a nasty bunch, aren't they? How about we steal their Grail chalices so that way they can't sip from the water to be superhuman? Not a bad idea. Let's do it. So we're gonna take the Durium smelter. Because I never got the Durium smelter. The Durium smelter I honestly think is good for a good guy playthrough. I don't think it's good for like a bad guy playthrough. And don't forget, our health regenerates.
Ritz!
And of course, this Overlord has experience dealing with the undead, so vampires wouldn't really be too big of an issue. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot of zombies, by the way. Well, that would be the thing, Jake Wu, is that like if the Overlord keeps stealing their chalices or keeps breaking it. Alright, this is clearly a pointless endeavor. Also, the Lady of the Lake is not a very powerful god, so those chalices and stuff would be very hard for the Lady of the Lake to actually replace. Like, the Lady of the Lake only is worshipped usually by the nobility, because they outlawed the rebels. They outlawed peasants from being able to worship it. I would say Chaos Warrior level, yeah. Because, like, even with a steel weapon and steel, like, armor, he's very over the top of a peasant, very like considerably strong. So I would say he's around like Norskin and Chaos Warrior level fighting. Oh, fuck. And also his magic, we have to consider that. Cause like, look at this magic, dude. This magic's nasty. And it's not tied to the winds of magic, it's tied to his tower. That's right, his tower is what's giving him this magic. So it's like, holy shit, dude, how do you fight a tower? Like, there's no way to do it. Ah, fuck, I forgot this part. We have to fight a zombie overlord.
Looks like the one in the middle has been munching on a few military brains. He's controlling the others.
Ah, shit. Like, the Overlord can momentarily create a shield spell that disintegrates enemies and friendlies if they get too close. That's a very powerful shield spell, to be honest.
Reds! Browns! Oh!
And then his weapons and armor. Arcanium is like the best of the best. If you're wondering how good Arcanium is,
Want to be crushed by a rock giant, sire? So I suggest you find our missing smelter.
the Arcanium smelter is supposedly so powerful that it can stop a Troll King from harming him. And this weapon is supposedly legendary enough to like slay giants. That's how powerful Arcanium is. So when it comes to
As I
that,
suspected, Lord. There's the Durium smelter. You must return it to the tower at once.
and then we got the Frenzy spell. So if I had the capability of controlling over 1,000 minions, and all of a sudden I activate my Frenzy spell, which boosts their damage, boosts their endurance, it boosts everything by over 150%. That's pretty scary. All of a sudden, like, every minion is stronger than a black orc, and they're just beating the shit out of all your forces. Like, that's pretty scary to deal with. We're just waiting for these guys to lug around the goddamn smelter. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
You have retrieved a smelter, sire. More forging options are available.
Honestly, you could probably go your whole gameplay without ever getting a forge. The only issue is that at the end stage of the game, you're gonna get kind of dicked on. Fuck, that's right. We still have the bags of gold that's down there. Oh my god, how can I forget the bags of gold? Oh, red minions are. Actually, no. We need blue minions.
Oh!
Yep. Good. Perfect. Come on, come on. We're gonna lose so many minions. Come on. Apparently red minions don't want to fight it. No, you don't. He really wants that blue minion. There we go. I am so proud of myself. I just kicked its ass. The only thing is that now we gotta get rid of all of our brown minions.
Proud. Oh!
Reason being, oh my god, I could just walk down here.
Reds! Blues!
Oh my god. Oh god. There's an old game that I want to replay again, only because I have an Xbox original. And it's an old game that actually had really bad reviews because the control mechanics were bad, but I honestly don't care because I think the game worked for what it was set out to do. So there was an old Star Wars game called Star Wars Obi-Wan. Yeah. It was set during Episode 1 and slightly before Episode 1. So what you did, the very first mission was you being down on Coruscant, and what you're doing is you're investigating crime. Because that's what the Jedi did beforehand, was they just fought crime on Coruscant and all over the galaxy prior to the Clone Wars. And that's what you do, except the issue with the game is that to look around and to swing your sword at the same time was with the right analog stick, which is a pain in the ass. So I want you to try to look around like this, but then at the same time whack the guy in front of you. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It was a real pain in the ass. But the very fascinating thing about the game is that I think it worked. Like, the combat was great. Of course, most of the game was you fighting dudes with blasters or maybe
all.
Fighting dudes with blasters, or maybe just fighting dudes who had
The Durium smelter, sire. This can produce a much sturdier metal, which can hold more minion sacrifices. Visit your forge to find out what new recipes are available to you.
There we go. So one of the cool things about the game, though, was that, of course, you would fight Darth Maul, and that was like the end of the game, and he really is a tough fight. Like, I'm not joking, dude. When you fight Darth Maul, it's meant for in the game that you will probably lose most of your life. Like, you will probably die a few times fighting Darth Maul. But the combat was actually pretty good and pretty intricate. Like, you had high attacks, low attacks. You didn't have any stabbing, unfortunately, but you could do a lot of things. Like, people don't know this, but Obi-Wan is known for his Master of Sorosu form, which is all deflecting blasters and shit like that. But originally in Star Wars Episode 1, that's not Sorosu he's using, that's Ataru. That's why he's so acrobatic and so jumpy and stuff like that. And that's what the Obi-Wan game really felt like. It felt like I was really not using Sorosu, I was using Ataru. But it was a pretty funny game when you're fighting like a shit ton of droids and stuff, and you're just like flinging crates at their back, going, "Oh my god, I can't win." Shit, Anthony. Anthony over here, like, he's so bad. Meanwhile, he's like not even playing the game. He's like, I'm gonna play the game. Never fucking plays Overlord. Just one shot that girl, goddamn.
I don't want to fight no more.
Yeah, if we kill 500 peasants, we should get like 15% more corruption. So that's why I'm doing this, is that it may be tedious and it may be time consuming to just kill 500 peasants. But on the flip side, we will get like 100% corruption. Most of the corruption options are not quest related. Like stealing Spree's food and stealing the elves and shit like that. Like, no. Thank you. But funny enough, in Overlord, if I only did the corruption options, like killing peasants, stuff like that, but I never did questline stuff, like I returned Spree's food and stuff, I would be at exactly 50% corruption. Same with the other way around. If I did all quest-related evilness, but I didn't actually do anything corrupted, like killing peasants and shit, then I would be at 50%. So you have to like combine the two to get 100%. I've had several campaigns where I was at 99%, like right on the dot, and I couldn't get any more corrupted because I fucked up and like did one nice guy thing or something like that. It was so aggravating. I was like, no, what did I not do? Oh my god. But yeah, the Obi-Wan. Thanks, babe. She sent me air kisses. Damn it, I sent you to kill the peasant, not get hammered wasted. But yeah, it's pretty interesting though, is that if you play the old game Star Wars Obi-Wan, one of the interesting things about it was that it really did add to the whole like behind the scenes of what was happening in episode 1. Like while Qui-Gon Jinn's with the Queen on Tatooine, apparently her double, you know, the one who's supposed to be the real queen, but she's actually just a bodyguard because Padme's the real queen. Well, her double gets kidnapped by Tusken Raiders, and that's what you do. You actually fight the Tusken chief. that fight was really badass, I ain't gonna lie. But you gotta beware of Tusken snipers while you're fighting the Tuskens with their gaffy sticks. It was a really awesome game. And then, like, if you beat the game, here's where the best part gets. In Obi-Wan, if you beat the game, what happens is all of a sudden you're gonna unlock a bonus mission, and the bonus mission is Battle Royale. It's literally a free-for-all between you and every Jedi. So it's like 30 Jedi. All of them are like important ones, like Eth Koth, Coyote Mundi, Mace Windu. Yoda's not in there, unfortunately, because they didn't know how to implement it. But Adigalia, Plo Koon, and you're fighting all of them. And they're all like fighting each other too. It's really funny. Qui-Gon Jinn's even in there. So it's just a free-for-all with all Jedi. Usually what happens is Mace Windu and Qui-Gon Jinn are always the last two Jedi for some reason. I don't know why, but they always seem to be the last two. But it's a funny game to look up on your spare time if you want to look at like old video games that had very interesting concepts behind them. And they were genuinely interesting, but they got really bad reviews because obviously the gameplay was very difficult to really like get a grasp of. I still think it was great. I still think it was better than Star Wars Jedi Academy when it comes down to it. And everyone loves Star Wars Jedi Academy. I don't know why either. There's a lot of things that they make sound cooler than what they really are, but I will say that that game in particular is really awesome. Like, I keep telling my friends about that strategy game, Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. That game was awesome. Because, like, my friends like Red Alert 3, Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, where, you know, you build buildings and stuff like that. The only issue we had with that game is, what is this link to, Anthony? What is this link? Chinese man in the snow? Oh my god. Chinese man in the snow. As if it's any different from when another person's in the snow.
Here I am.
But yeah, the game Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 was just a very awesome game. Because, like, you could build soldiers and shit like that. You could build walls if you even wanted to, which is really awesome. I think the dwarves had, like, the best walls in the game, because what you could do is, as the dwarves, you would build walls, and you could put attachments on those walls. And one of the attachments I loved was the catapult attachment, so now all of a sudden your walls have catapults. And dwarven catapults are fucking awesome. As dwarven catapults, let's go kill Goldo and his ride Rolly. But yeah, dwarven catapults had like two contraptions to the side, so they'd actually fling out two rocks like that. Like, every time they would just go whoosh, and two rocks would fly at your ass. My wife's making fun of me. Yeah, I know they can't see you, so you're lucky.
Browns! Browns!
Alright, too many reds.
Choose all red, greens.
Oh, that's good. Good.
The last of the elven women. I heard them in there crying out to me.
No,
Without
not bolt
them,
throwers, unfortunately.
Our ancient race is surely doomed. You would go into the lair of Evernight's destroyer? Riches abound. But you must be prepared to slay the master and his beast. They say he calls the beast Rolly.
Slaying and riches. I see no downside to this idea, Master.
determine the fate of the elven race. So this is arguably the most evil option you have in Overlord, is you get to determine the fate of the elves.
Lose.
Huh? Totino's.
You choose all.
Oh no, I'm fine with Totino's.
Reds.
Get on him. Fuck him up.
All.
We gotta be very careful inside this thing. But yeah, in Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth, it was like really badass, some of the stuff that you could do. Oh my god. Having like 5 greens in your army, I think it really does help.
Yes. All.
Also, since they go invisible when you place them on a guard marker. Like, watch this. Look at them, they're just shitting on that dwarf. Oh my god. That was disgusting. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's a lot of gold. We were taking that. Everyone run, run. Oh dear god. Alright, pick up the axes. What? What? Oh, thank god. Because it's gonna be like the last live stream where I'm like, what the fuck sparked the ignition? See? They're so busy attacking that. Ah! Run! Run, 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 run! Everyone, run! We stole Goldo's gold. How's he feeling, greedy bastard? And yes, that also plays a factor in it is, oh my god, just get up the fucking stairs already. Go on, get up there. Get up there. It also plays a factor too, is like, the green minions are very stealthy and they're very awesome. The fact that they go invisible when they stand still is fucking crazy. And the fact that they like shit on people when they step on, when they get behind them is also scary. And what makes it even worse is in Overlord 2 they get spiders that they could ride. Yeah, those spiders jump on your back because they're not gigantic like the ones in Warhammer Fantasy. They're actually pretty, they're about dog-sized spiders, and they will jump on your back and they'll bite the shit out of you while the green minion's sticking his blades up your ass. It's like, holy shit, could this get any worse? Trust me, when I played Overlord 2, I would never touch the spiders because I was like, dude, fuck that. Like, it's cool gameplay mechanic and it's definitely useful, but I don't want to see it, unfortunately.
Reds, greens, you choose all.
And just like that, he's dead. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you guys coming from? Oh my god, no.
Greens.
Yeah, dwarves do not stand a chance against greens.
Yes, master.
I don't know if the reinforcements are just constant or if it's just...
The statue has arrived in Jules' domain, sire. Your minions have escaped and are searching for a suitable tower gate.
Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Kill him, kill him, kill him, please. So yeah, in Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2, dude, that game was awesome. Like, if you played the goblins, you would have spider riders. And the spider riders are exactly how they are in Warhammer Fantasy, where they're massive fucking horse-sized spiders. But the thing wasn't where in a Battle for Middle-earth 2 was that those spider riders. Oh god, no 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 no. Oh my god, he set his own dude on fire.
Reds. Reds. Greens. Oh!
Somehow you died. I don't know how.
Greens! Proud you choose all!
Alright, run. Everyone run. Everyone run. Whew. Alright, this is where it's gonna get tough. We're gonna have to fight Goldo and his pet Rolly.
It looks like all the mining has weakened the structure of this place. Careful, Lord. You don't want to end up buried in rubble and chunks of dwarf. Blues!
This is why we send the blues. Red!
Red!
We should probably send a red now, I think about it. Jesus fuck, man, all the explosions. That's actually one of the things too about the dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy is that the dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy rely on flamethrowers to effectively deal with massive hordes of Skaven and massive hordes of goblins. But if they're fighting massive hordes of these kinds of goblins, all they gotta do is just send red minions, and those Ironbreakers with the flamethrowers and shit aren't totally immune to fire. They're just extremely resistant. So it's like, here's these dwarves who really are immune to fire. They really are. And then you got the dwarves of Warhammer Fantasy, and they are not. That guy's gonna blow up, and we're gonna stay a safe space the fuck away. Shit. I hate these crossbow guys. That's the thing too, is weaponry. Like the Skaven have crazy weaponry, but these guys would definitely be able to use it. Because in Overlord 2, the main downfall of the Empire is that they'll have ballistas and they'll have catapults and shit. And the moment that they use these catapults and ballistas, the minions actually take over those ballistas and catapults and instinctively know how to use it. So that's the thing, is that it's like, if Skaven come around with warp lightning throwers and shit like that, and then the minions could use it if the Overlord and choosing decides to do it. Oh my god, we have 10k gold again. It's nice being rich. Alright, first things first. When we enter this fight, I'm expecting to lose everybody. I do not expect to be winning. I expect to, like, lose everyone.
That must be Goldo.
Oh my god, his armor's gold. Lost everybody. Oh my god, he just lost everyone. Yeah, he is kicking my ass. Yep. I wasn't exactly expecting that. I thought what was gonna happen was he was gonna roll at us, but he didn't. Instead, what he did is he just stood there and just kept flamethrowering us and kept inching closer. So that was my bad. I wasn't expecting that. Because I'm used to it where he like charges at us.
Reds.
All right, Reds, you guys are gonna have to kind of get hit a lot. Beat his ass, beat his ass, beat his ass. No, you idiots, why would you stay there? Dumbasses. Oh, he's not even going for me. There we go. No, 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 no. Got him. Now, here's the part that I'm used to. Yep, this is the part that I'm used to. Oh god, no. Everyone's on fire. Run! Run the fuck away! Nice. That didn't really do as much as I thought. Are we supposed to beat its ass?
Greens.
I don't know where the fuck my other green is. Oh shit! He just killed so many of us! Oh no, they're stuck under him. They're fucked. They're dead. Oh shit! Oh god. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, seems like all my minions are dead. I'm gonna have to do this by myself. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, this is crazy. Got it. Oh shit, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Dude, I was not expecting that. All of a sudden, he like flew at my ass, and I was like, oh no, there goes all my minions. Oh yeah, he still attacks you, by the way, if you stand close to him. See?
Evil energy, sire.
I don't have minions, dude. I don't know. How the fuck am I gonna make a decision? I don't have any minions.
Goldo's hoard. I think you should give that gold a good home.
Look how much gold that is, dude. And the last of the elf women.
Without their females, the elven race would be wiped from the face of this land. No more elves. Ah, be still, my pretty.
We are the last. Do not let this world forget the beauty of the
Master,
elves.
this place is collapsing. It's the gold or the elves.
At least the game knew ahead of time that I may have lost all my minions. We're taking the gold. Fuck the elves.
Very good, sire. Now get
Look at them, they
yourself
just
out
died.
of there.
Pick up Goldo's weapon and shit. That's a lot of gold, too.
All.
We have 12k gold? That can't be right.
You all.
Did we not get gold? Because I was at 10k, now all of a sudden I'm at 12k. That's not right. Gold is supposed to be worth like over 20k. How the fuck did I not get money? Did we not run fast enough? Is that the issue? I got no idea. That might be a glitch. Huh. That sucks. For us. Oh well, at least we still got the evil points for it. We decided to sacrifice the elves for gold. So now the elves are extinct.
The minions have found a secluded gate, sire. I believe this is the Ruborian Desert.
Let's upgrade our helmet.
Welcome to your forge, sire.
We're upgrading our helmet so that way we get more minions to command. Because now we should be at 37 or 38. Something like that.
This is your armory, sire, where you can store your armor and weapons.
Oh good, increase it by 7. That's great. That's perfect.
A little forge.
So we're gonna go to the arena, we're gonna grind up some life force.
Destroyer of elves.
I'm kind of upset by that. Let me look it up and see if like if that's just me. Phew. Oh, fuck. Huh. Seems like no one else had that glitch. Maybe it's just us. Or maybe Goldo's gold is just 2K. Thanks, baby. Now we can control 42 minions. Let's do... Dazzler beetles are the blue ones, I believe. The reason why is that we are kind of low on blues, having only 50 of them, so let's kind of bump those numbers up. The reason why I'm bringing like a few blues is just so that way if I fuck up. Well, that's what I was talking about.
Red, green, blue.
Recently, someone commented on my first live stream of Overlord. And he's like, such a great game. Too bad not many people know about it. And I was like, dude, welcome to my channel. That's pretty much all my shit is old stuff that people don't know about. Like, people don't really think about it, but like Star Wars has created like some of the greatest games we've ever seen. Like a lot of good games are Star Wars games for some odd reason.
Blues! Reds! You choose all!
Alright, now let's do more magma beetles. Like, one game in particular really stands out to me, mostly because like even today, no game has as good AI squad mechanics as this game, and it's old. That's Star Wars Republic Commando. And it's so odd to think about it, but here's an old game. But it's so odd to think about and how like an older game can do something correctly, whereas a new games just can't. Like when I mean like excellent squad mechanics, I mean like the squad actually does stuff, and you can actually tell them to do more stuff if you need to. Like in Star Wars Republic, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to be commanding your squad more than you're supposed to be fighting. And sure, the combat's a little slower if you do that, but the reason why you do that is because you're not going to have enough ammo to do all the shit by yourself. And there will be times where it's like, you need to rely on your squad to hold on a position, while you go do the deadly work like placing a charge. That was just a really awesome game. Like in Star Wars Republic Commando, I could tell my one guy to be a grenadier behind a boulder, and that's all he'll do is he'll just throw grenades, and he'll throw grenades perfectly. He'll throw grenades in a way that will actually help us. He may miss one or two, but it's not that bad. It's really good. It's really well done. That's something I find very interesting, is how like an older game somehow got something right. Because like today, day and age, like Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a good example. Star Wars Battlefront 2, you're in a squad. And you know what a squad translates to in modern day games? Yeah, you fight along with your squad, and you clear room by room. You feel like an elite commando. What they mean is, you're gonna have two AIs who are just gonna spit out dialogue and spit out commentary, and then they're just gonna sit there behind cover, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, man, I'm held down, man, yeah, I'm held down. And that's it. All game, they are not gonna pull the trigger, and if they do, it's just gonna tickle the pickle of whoever the fuck they shot. And that's it. That's your whole gameplay. So it doesn't feel like a squad. Instead, what it feels like is you got two shitheads talking in your ear while you're doing all the work. And that's exactly how it is in new games. It's so bad and so stupid. But that's just the way it is. I don't know if it's because people don't know how to program AIs anymore, or if it's because Star Wars Republic Commando is just one of those rare games where they fucking did everything right. Because like in Star Wars Republic Commando, it didn't feel like the burden was on you to clear out all these droids. No, it felt like you actually had to rely on your squad. because you were just one cog in a bigger machine. That's what it felt like, and it was awesome. It was just so fucking awesome. It was just truly amazing. But yeah, that's what I mean though, that like, there's a lot of Star Wars video games that were like revolutionary because they did stuff so fucking well. I don't know about Jedi Fallen Order though, I haven't played it, so don't ask. Because it looks bad, but the gameplay looks good. And that's why me and my friend Stevie were considering playing it, was strictly for the gameplay. But the issue is that I don't care for any of the characters. I really don't. My dog is sleeping right now, and like, well, she's not sleeping, she's laying down. But last night, my wife and I were looking at Delilah, and Delilah's a basset hound, so they're very lazy. And I was just looking at Delilah, and I was like, she looks so exhausted, like she works so hard. And it's funny is that like, if my dog's being particularly annoying, like she just keeps whining and wanting attention or whatever, we'll just take her on a really, really long walk. She'll be walking for like 30 minutes, which will be like half a mile for her. And then when she gets home, she's exhausted. She'll just pass out all day. It's like, really, dog? That's exhausting to you? She works so hard, I swear, dude. She works so hard. She's such a cutie. What am I doing? I don't want to fight battler beetles. I don't need ground minions. That's what the peasants are for. We'll just kill the peasants. Psh, silly me, silly me. Who needs to harvest battler beetles when we could just harvest peasants? That's way easier. Especially since I gotta kill 500 of the fuckers. Now, Ruboria is a very deadly area, so that's why I'm kind of avoiding it. Because it's gonna give me a fucking headache. Just thinking about it. Oh god, no. I don't know if this is particularly entertaining, but I do know this. This is essentially me just farming these delicious life force orbs. Come on, beetles. Come on, beetles. Come on. Over here, over here. Yep, it's as easy as that. Now, when we play Overlord 2, we won't be doing this because there is no arena. Instead, what you'll be doing in Overlord 2 is you'll be going to your cities that you conquer, and there's only 2 cities: Everlight and Nordberg. And when you go to those towns, what happens is
Destroyer of elves.
When you go to those towns, what happens is those towns will have certain peasants doing certain tasks. Like, some peasants will be just simply forging weapons and armor for your minions. So you'll just stand by those areas and you'll just say, hey minions, sweep through there and collect all that shit. And it's a good way to level up your minions. Or it will also do other shit like, oh good, we can finally Should we change our banner? I think we should. Let's change it to the skull. I like skull. Let's do that.
That'll show those dirty peasants who's boss around here.
Yeah. I just forgot what I was talking about. Oh yes, Overlord 2. In Overlord 2, when you deal with some of the shit that
Great and mighty Overlord!
when you deal with some of the shit that your peasants will be doing, one of the things that they'll be doing, and I think it's really fucked up, is some of the peasants will be on life force duty, where what they'll do is they'll just keep generating life force, and it's randomized. So all of a sudden it'll be red life force, blue life force, green life force, whatever. And all they're doing is just shoveling and revealing baby seals, and then all you gotta do is just kill the baby seals. It's so funny. Am I busy? Pizza. Sure, if you want. Yeah. I'm not hungry right now, but it takes a while to make, so. Yeah. Thank you, baby. She's making me pizza. I'm so excited.
Treasure for you!
Oh my god, we are just fucking badass. Yeah, and Overlord 2 is very unique. You guys will see it when I start playing it after I complete this playthrough. But essentially what happens in Overlord 2 is your magic changes depending on how your playstyle is. So there is no good or evil. Instead, it's tyranny versus destruction. So what it is Overlord 2, you're able to control the minds of your peasants with your evil presence spell. And what you're doing is you're infecting them with your evilness. So now they become mindless, obedient slaves. Like literally like drooling over themselves. Mindless slaves. And the more and more you do that, the more and more dominating your spells will be. So now your spells won't be so harmful, but they'll be more not maleficent, but more malicious. Whereas you could also use the same spell, and you hold it down for too long, you'll just disintegrate their body, starting from their mind, and you'll just disintegrate them. And that's where it's like, okay, so you got your choices. It's like, you want to be super destructive? In which case, you just kill every fucking peasant you come across. Or... spare me! Or do you want to be more, more tyrannical, where you just basically control people's minds? And it does change the way your spells work. Like there's one spell in particular where you just kind of like hold your minion and you just throw him after you charge him up with a bunch of magic. And when you throw him, he could explode into bits along with all the Roman legionaries, or he'll be fine, but the Roman legionaries will be knocked on their asses. They won't be dead, they'll just be severely wounded. So it's like, you know, you got those choices, and I think that's really interesting the way they did it. Obviously, the only way to play really is tyranny. If you don't do tyranny, you're kind of a dumbass.
Here I am.
I love the design of this plate armor. I really do. It looks awesome.
Greetings!
As I said, we're trying to kill as many peasants as we possibly can. I don't think there's a stat log, is there? Fuck. The only stats in this game are how many minions you've lost, how many minions have you made in total, and how many minions are alive as of right now. That is it. Yeah, it's a real pain in the ass, you know.
I won't be impressed.
Has anyone watched any good anime lately? Because one good anime I've been seeing is Assassination Classroom, and it's just silly. It really is. There's only like a few episodes that genuinely make me cringe, and that's the episodes that have like this weird kiwi fruit start commentating for some reason. I don't know why they have it there, but it's very cringy. But that's only like 2 or 3 episodes. But really, it's a funny anime. I think it's funny. One series of anime that got like really popular for some reason. I don't know why. Because people don't like dark, gritty stuff for some reason. Like it's very few people actually like dark and gritty. But But one of the anime that got really popular, and I really wasn't expecting it to, was Berserk. Berserk is good. I love it. I love Berserk. But I was very surprised when it got popular, because people usually don't like dark, gritty stuff. Usually it's just not popular amongst a lot of people. But for some reason it got popular. So there's a few things about what gets popular and what doesn't get popular that's very confusing. Like the Punisher, everyone knows the Punisher. But the Punisher, ever since the comic book was created, was always in a weird spot where sometimes it was really, really popular and other times it was really, really distasteful. Like people just didn't like it. And that was something I thought was very fascinating, because like some people really, really like Judge Dredd, but depending on the time, people might not like it. Like today, how many people want to watch a movie about a cop who's overzealous and upholds the law to the extreme? Not many right now. Right now, everyone's kind of anti-cop, but maybe in a few years, yeah, maybe we would love to watch it, you know, see a bunch of shithead criminals get what they get. But that's what I mean, like, some things, like the Punisher and stuff, are just distasteful. I'm going to kill so many peasants. So that's something that I always found really weird, is why Berserk got so popular. Game of Thrones was also something that I don't know why people liked it. I really don't get it. Because, like, I've seen a little bit of it, and it's not dark and gritty because that's the reality they live in. It's dark and gritty because it's unnecessary. Like, it really was unnecessary. Like, why is this guy doing it? Well, he's trying to prove a point that he's an evil person. He doesn't need to. Like, that's so stupid. It's so stupid of a point. He's gonna rape this woman because he wants to show that he's evil. He doesn't need to show it. Just do it. What? It's one of those things where it's like, I get it, you're trying to show me that a character's bad, but you're going to such extreme lengths that it makes no sense why a bad person would do this. There was fuck, I can't remember the name of the movie. There's a movie recently that came out, and it's actually really interesting because it deals with the dark fantasy of changelings, a very Irish folklore stuff. So essentially in like Irish folklore, there's like this idea of these things called changelings or fairies coming out and replacing your child with them, and you would never understand that that's not your kid. All of a sudden your sweet baby boy is now acting weird, like he's acting different. And that's the whole Irish folklore of changelings, is that fairies or whatever would steal your kid at night and replace them, and you would notice that your kid's acting different. And many of the times in real history, those kids were just autistic. That's it. Because, like, people don't think about it, but autism doesn't really show in an infant. It shows when they're a child. This is why the whole idea of vaccines cause autism is up for debate, is because when you get your first vaccine as a kid, that's around the same time period that we would start seeing your first signs of autism. So it's a coincidence. It's not indicative that you actually got autism from a vaccine. No. Vaccines don't do that. The thing is, though, is that it's just a coincidence. Don't overthink it. If I could only tell that you have AIDS only when you broke an arm, that doesn't mean that broken arms cause AIDS. That's the kind of thing that I'm trying to illustrate here, is that if I were testing methods and stuff, only reveal it at certain periods of time, and it just so happens something else happens at that same time, that doesn't mean that so-and-so causes it. Oh my god, I just kept sending a bunch of minions home. As I said, right now we're just going to massacre the peasants as much as we can. So yeah, that whole fairy tale of changelings and stuff, that's really where the idea of it comes from, is the idea of why is my child acting so different? You know, they were so nice earlier, now they're so crazy, and they don't listen to reason, stuff like that. That's where the whole idea is. Because people don't know it, but people who are autistic are actually very violent. Like, in today's day and age, we don't say, oh, a fairy kidnapped my child, so I left him in the woods because I'll never get my boy back, blah, blah, blah. No, now, today, it's like, okay, so my child has mental issues because he's got autism. Well, I'm stuck with it. And that's kind of, I think, harder of a punishment than the idea of fairies stole your kid. But yeah, there was a movie about it where it's like actually changelings take over this woman's son.